You guys are down, and it makes
Says
sense
who?
that there would...
Says
polls,
who?
most of them. All of them?
Says who?
Polls. I just told you, I answered your question.
Okay. Which polls?
All of them.
Okay.
Huh. What an auspicious time to have the author of Michael Cohen, Revenge, How Donald Trump Weaponized the U.S. Department of Justice Against His Critics. We are so excited to say good morning, Michael Cohen.
Says who?
Oh, my God.
Good morning, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm okay. We've been trying to get this booking forever. Thank you for telling the truth. Thank you for, I think it was General Hertling that said of your new book, how is it that Michael Cohen is the only one that went to prison in all of this lawbreaking, right, in the Trump administration? So talk to us with the Barr memo coming out. Just talk to us about, first of all, how you're feeling with everything that's happening right now.
Not happy. I'm not disappointed that they are finally being held to account. What I'm disappointed in is the length of time that it's taking. Every single day that Donald Trump and his minion are out there continuing to spew lie after lie after lie after lie, our democracy is more and more in peril. You know, one of the things that I talk about in Revenge is how Donald Trump weaponized the Justice Department and the big baby, the grifter in chief. I like to call him the Greasy Grifter. What he's doing right now is he's taking advantage of the chaos that he sowed in the Department of Justice. And believe me, as I talk about in Revenge, I don't have a lot of love for the Department of Justice. In fact, one of the things that I talk about is how they hide information. Now, we as American citizens, we file FOIA requests, the Freedom of Information. And the first one that I filed after the unconstitutional remand of me back to prison, which I now have that lawsuit against the government, Bill Barr, DOJ, Donald Trump, etc. One of the things that they did is they replied that we have no documents that are relevant to your FOIA request. So I bring in this lawyer named Mark Zaid, who is an expert in this. Everybody in the whole world uses him, newspapers, television, etc.
Yeah.
And after Mark gets involved and files the action, there's over 480,000 documents. So I want your listeners to sort of put this into perspective. From 0 to 480,000. In fact, they were supposed to turn over the first 500 documents August 22nd. Instead, what are they doing? They're playing possum again and hiding, and they're now claiming that they have to send those same documents to other federal agencies before they can release it, which once again is violative of what the court had required. It's no different than the Mueller, than the Mueller report. It's no different than what Bill Barr, with that 9-page memo that his folks put out, that finally the appellate judge claimed the American public has a right to see.
Yeah. Well, Michael, ironically, you have much better lawyers than Donald Trump does, who has a parking garage lawyer and also one that worked for QVC.
Yes.
I have to ask you, how does he still get any lawyers at all? Does he not notice that some of his lawyers went to prison, some are on their way to prison, some have been disbarred? What would he doesn't pay you, right? Like what possesses people to work as a lawyer for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I don't know. I've often called myself stupid for joining into that group. Remember, though, when I joined into that group, he had the television show The Apprentice, he had the Miss Universe pageant, there was real estate. So while we screwed over an enormous amount of contractors, that's not, and I get a lot of ribbing from people on social media claiming, oh, well, you were one of his people and so on. What we did has nothing to do with them, right? It's wrong. I acknowledge that. I grant that.
Yeah.
And I apologize.
Your podcast is Mea Culpa. The name of your podcast is Mea Culpa.
Yes, which is also my initials. But one of the things that I try to explain is what, like the Alina Habbas of the world are doing, what the Rudy Giuliani's, what the Bill Barr of the world are doing. What they're doing doesn't just impact the contractor that you have a dispute with,
yes,
or somebody that you owe money because you took out a ballroom at their Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
This impacts not just America, but the world. And it's a big difference in why these people are so stupid and they're falling. But talk about stupidity. I just saw a poll, right? And you're right, by the way. He is screwed over and stiffed every single major law firm in this country, which is why he can't get anybody decent to represent him. Not to mention, you're representing him on what? On something you know that he's